Acquiring Skills for Accurately Attributing Numismatic Varieties, a series of educational presentations introducing the hobby of numismatic varieties and mint errors. The first introductory video will be an introduction to the United States coin minting process, followed by an introduction to numismatic varieties, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, die markers, variety attribution references on the Internet, searching for and attributing numismatic varieties, and an introduction to mint errors. An introduction to the United States coin minting process. This video is the first in a series of videos which are intended to assist the coin variety collector to acquire the skills necessary to accurately attribute numismatic varieties. The chart displayed here is a graphic representation of the overall minting process, and this chart will be examined in sections as this presentation continues. This is a fundamental and introductory level presentation. For the purposes of this introduction, the period of study is from the years 1907 to 1985 for business strike coinage. The charts in this presentation can apply to both obverse and reverse designs, hubs, and dies. Some processes may overlap previous and/or subsequent years and may or may not pertain to all denominations of coinage. The design. The artist creates a positive or raised relief master design with only 2 digits of the date and with no mint mark. This master design is then transferred to a master hub. The date. From 1907 to 1985. The first 2 digits are placed on the master design. The last 2 digits are placed on master dies. Beginning 1986, entire date is engraved on the master design. New master hubs are created each year. From 1909 to 1995, all hubs and dies are created at the Philadelphia Mint. Beginning in 1996, the Denver Mint has its own die making shop. Master hubs and master dies are still made at the Philadelphia Mint. The mint mark. From 1907 to 1985, the mint marks are punched onto the working dies. Repunched mint marks. Primary mint marks are the final result and are punched last and stronger. Secondary mint marks were punched first and are normally weaker. There are possibilities for single, double, triple, and even quadruple punchings. Possibilities exist for over mint marks. For example, the D over S or S over D. Possibilities for misplaced mint marks and dual mint marks. From 1986 to 1989, on business strike coins, the mint mark is still punched onto working dies. With proof and commemorative coins, the mint marks are placed on master design. From 1990 to 1994, mint mark placed on master dies. There are no more repunched mint marks after 1989. Beginning 1994, mint mark is placed on the master design. These are blank hubs and blank dies. They are made from steel rods. The single squeeze. Prior to 1986, multiple squeeze method was used and involved removing the hubs from the press, heat treating them, and returning them to the press for the subsequent squeezes upon the dies. It is during this step that double dies were created. In 1986, Denver Mint started single squeeze on pennies, nickels, and dimes. Some classes of doubling were almost eliminated and other classes changed slightly. Beginning in 1994, the Denver Mint single squeeze on all denominations. In 1996, the Denver Mint has its own die making shop. Master hubs and master dies are still made at the Philadelphia Mint. In late 1996, the Philadelphia Mint used a single squeeze on quarter coins. Beginning in 1999, both the Philadelphia and Denver mints single squeeze on all denominations. Computers and CNC processes. Beginning in 2008, date and mint mark placed on the master designs. Traditionally engraved designs are scanned to computerized engraving of designs, and CNC engravings on master hubs. Multiple and single squeeze. Here are photographs of the multiple squeeze hubbing press on top up through 1986. And below is the single squeeze hubbing press, beginning use in 1986. The master hub is used to grade a minimum number of master dies. 3 master dies are depicted here. Master dies are negative or incuse relief dies. As a rule of thumb, hubs are raised or positive devices. Dies have incuse or negative devices, and coins, of course, have raised positive devices. The last 2 digits of the date are added to the master dies. There are no mint marks on the master dies during this period of study. We'll be examining this section of the chart first. Here we have a row of working hubs. Below that are the working dies created by the working hubs, and lastly the coins that are created from those working dies. These are pictures of the working hubs and working dies. This is a Lincoln Cent reverse working hub with the raised devices on it. Here is the Lincoln Cent reverse working die, which has incuse devices. In order to minimize the size of the chart, the hundreds of working hubs are depicted in this manner in this chart. Here are the working hubs. They are numbered 1 through 4 or 1, 5, or in order to depict the hundreds of working hubs, they are depicted as 250 of them here. Below that are the working dies, and they are depicted in this manner. The working dies 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the remaining working dies up to a few hundred are depicted in this manner. Mint marks are punched into the working dies. Here we have a repunched mint mark column with resulting RPM coins. Here's a triple repunched mint mark with triple RPM coins. Some working dies can be doubled by the working hubs, thus hub doubling, shown here in green. Working dies, doubled working die, here shown in green. Repunched mint marks, here shown in blue. Master die doubling, here shown in green. Here is the master die that has been doubled, and as a result it has working hubs that have the same doubling on them, and those working hubs create working dies that also carry on that master die doubling. Master hubs can create doubling on master dies, resulting in doubled working hubs and hundreds of doubled working dies. The results of master die doubling. Because master die doubling occurs on so many dies, it is not scarce or rare or of any additional value. It is merely notable and seldom collectible. Other varieties can occur on master die doubled coins. Here, for example, is a repunched mint mark on the master die doubled coin. Dual or multiple varieties. Dual or multiple varieties. Doubled dies and repunched mint marks can be created on the same die, here shown in pink. Triple punch mint marks can occur as well, shown in blue. In summary, in this presentation we have discussed a flow chart portraying the basic flow of the modern minting process of coins by the U.S. Mint. The basic timeline of changes in the coin minting process. The steps in the minting process at which the following varieties are created: repunched mint marks, doubled dies, and dual varieties. Continued research and study is highly recommended in order to obtain additional detailed information and understanding. Some suggested online references regarding the minting process are listed below. Some suggested online references are listed here. Here are some suggested printed publications